Hello everyone. Today I would love to reach or come closer to the topic of life itself. That it is not meant to be giving you happiness, or let's say it is, but through the way of delivering challenges to us. Yeah. And as you can hear, my voice, it's better now than yesterday. So, and I can tell you also why that is. I have come to that moment where I was able to talk about things that have been, going on for many months even, that never has been spoken out so far. So I just know from what I know from about sickness, illness, and everything, and about the connection to our about our inner state. Let's say, I don't like that word, psychology. It gives it a not correct touch here. So it's really the inner being. And that's why I picked up the talks from Eckhart today about exactly this issue. So have fun and enjoy these really important messages. It's more than just one, but the one essential message is that life is here to give you challenges and not happiness. But it's a path facing these challenges to the path to happiness. Now enjoy listening. And later on I will give you some more insights and maybe an exercise. Let's see. And of course, always the gift. Don't forget about that one.
Because happiness does not ultimately derive from this world. This world is not designed to make you happy. It is designed to challenge you. And if you believe that this world is designed to make you happy, then you're going to get very angry, because as the years pass in your life, you realize, why isn't my life working? Why is this reality seems to be always throwing obstacles in my path? But the moment I say, oh, it's okay now, this problem has been solved, another one pops up from behind you. And so you have these areas of your life, the main areas being your physical health, your financial situation, your living situation, your professional situation, your relationship situation. And one of these areas usually develops problems. So you solve a problem in your financial area, and then props up a relationship problem. You solve the relationship problem, suddenly you have a health problem. It's interesting that you're constantly being challenged, and you might have noticed one of the greatest sources of challenges are human beings, because humans are incredibly challenging. Although humans look to other humans or some ultimate fulfillment through other humans, more often what they find through other humans is that other humans turn out to be a source of suffering. And that is because you're stuck in the egoic mind, and the egoic mind has certain expectations of the world, which includes whatever you experience in this world, has certain expectations that the world cannot meet. But if you believe that the world should, then that is a delusional reality that you will be continuously unhappy. The world continues to challenge you, but you believe the world is here to make you happy. That's a terrible dilemma. So it means all your expectations are delusory, but you don't know it, and that creates an enormous amount of suffering, because then every challenge that you encounter in this world, and they come one after another, every challenge that you encounter in this world, you then, because of that underlying expectation that something is wrong when you're being challenged, every challenge is then turned into unhappiness. There's a big difference between a challenge and unhappiness. So when you have delusory expectations of the world, then the world will make you unhappy and not happy, but you continue to believe that something has gone fundamentally wrong in your life, because life does not leave you alone. And you want some peace, you want some, you want the sense of, I've arrived, this is it. And occasionally it comes, but it never lasts for very long. So that's the dilemma. The underlying state of ignorance, not knowing that the function of this world is to challenge you, because only by challenging you does it provide the necessary incentive to awaken you. And it is that you notice after a while that as you gradually begin to awaken out of the unconsciousness, which is the complete identification with the conceptual egoic mind, you begin to realize that, a lot of the unhappiness that you experience, and unhappiness is a generic term that could be many, many things. Even a state of irritation is already unhappiness. Sadness is unhappiness. Anger is unhappiness. Any state that doesn't feel good is unhappiness. Any state of unhappiness, you begin to realize that the greater part of it is not derived from the situations in your life. And when you realize that, that's the beginning of an awakening. Let's say 90% of the unhappiness that you encounter is actually produced by your mind. And that's an amazing realization. There remain 10% unhappiness. You might be somebody, a loved one dies close to you, of course, you experience, you weep. That is, of course, normal. But if you observe the various forms of unhappiness in your life, from the mildest forms of unhappiness to the more extreme forms of unhappiness, let's say, just two brief examples. A mild, very, very small, little bit of unhappiness arises many times when things happen in daily life and you can't immediately get what you want. You're on the phone trying to talk to your bank, but of course there's no human being there. And even that it's a minor form of unhappiness, but it is, you get very irritated, and you think, well, this is caused by this dreadful bank that it has no longer human beings that you can speak to. Or you're lining up. Airports are a great place to observe small forms of unhappiness, because often so many things go wrong, and you're lining up, and this lineup is not moving, and of course these people are just so inefficient. I'm never going to fly with them again, and it's all right. And you feel more and more. And in any of these situations, if you observe, okay, unhappiness is arising, is it really coming from the situation, or is it coming from the way in which I speak to myself about the situation? Does it derive from the mental commentary about the situation, or is it the situation? And in most cases, you actually find, and I suggest you start with small forms of unhappiness. You will find that the unhappiness is derived from the narrative, is derived from your self-talk in the head. And because the self-talk just happens to you, you're not doing it. It's like the heartbeat. It happens, the thinking, the reactive thinking happens to you. And you mistake it for who you are, and then you become an unhappy human being.
Yes, wasn't that a wonderful talk? I loved that one. I really do. Eckhart, he is explaining everything again so perfectly. And with his examples, I love it. I just love it. And yes, as he says, start with the little things. And the maybe a little bit bigger things that you find a very suffering feeling about. Yeah, you can look up NLP techniques, and the technique that I'm talking about is reframing. You can really, wow, it's stormy. You can really do a reframing exercise with visionary. Think about that situation that you are suffering from, and reframe it with a frame around it of a joyful moment. So you can, for example, I try to explain what you could do. You can sit down, close your eyes, and think of this suffering moment. Have this picture, and then right away, okay, if you have that picture, there it is, and you feel the suffering already. But now leave that situation. Leave it. Now take a situation visionary in your eyes, in front of your closed eyes, where you had maximum joy, maximum love, maximum joy, a really warm, wonderful feeling. Yeah, try to think of something that comes up, that pops up in your mind. For example, the birth of your child, for example, or a wonderful vacation you went to if you don't have children, and yeah, then think of something wonderful that you did, how you felt that way in that time. And now try to feel that wonderful feeling. How was that feeling? Try to load it up to your system. Load this wonderful feeling up. Decide to feel that now. And then take that picture from before, the one where you suffered. Take that picture very fast. Take it, grab it, take it, and feel still the wonderful feeling. Feel the wonderful feeling. Okay, now let this picture go. We go back to the really wonderful picture of your vacation, of your child that was born. Feel that, feel it, feel it, feel it. Okay, feel it, feel it, feel it. Now go back, take the picture from the suffering moment, but feel the wonderful feeling. Feel the wonderful feeling. Train yourself to feel that wonderful feeling, even with this picture. Okay, now let this picture go and go back to the really wonderful situation, the vacation, the time with a person you had, your child that was born. Whatever, feel it, feel it, feel it. And now go back to that suffering moment. Only the picture. It was a long time ago. So you can still feel the wonderful feeling. Decide to feel the wonderful feeling even with this picture of the very past situation that was causing you suffering. And even if it was yesterday. But it's past, it's done, it's gone. Okay. You can do that exercise. I did that now 3 times. Now you can open your eyes and just let it be. But you can continue if you like. You can continue switching back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You can practice this so often until you feel, oh yes, I was able to do that. I was really able to feel the good feeling on this suffering picture moment. Why is it good to do that? This is good for you to bring you, even for that suffering moment, into a positive feeling, because then, and that is what Eckhart is not talking about. I mean, of course, well, whatever. From my knowledge, I know that we have these different brain centers, the brain centers. You have the part that is for anxiety and suffering and fear, and we have the other part, the creative part, and that part is in joy, in a joyful feeling. We can reach that this brain area is active, and that's what all this is there for, to bring you into a joyful moment, to solve the suffering situation, to find a solution. So your brain is activated to creativity to find a solution for this situation. That is maybe there is not even, you will see, I don't know, it depends what it is, so I cannot tell. It can be that the solution could be that you think, oh, it's already past, so I don't even have to do anything about it. I just have to let it go. Because my life now, I can decide to just let it go, and then I'm fine, I'm happy, everything is good. Or it's something where you need a solution. You need something that you can do, or to become active, to actively do something, give it a direction, to change to the better for you, and that can only come in that way. So I hope you practice this exercise for you, and it will help you. And maybe if you have good results, or it helped you anyhow, please, I'm happy to read some comments down below here on the video, or another video, it doesn't matter, but somewhere, or on the community notes. You can really give your feedback of how you could solve something. Also, for all the other subscribers here on the channel, it is a great, huge help. Sharing is caring. Okay, and now I wish you a wonderful day, and I want you to always remember who you really are. That lottery win in your life. Yes, the challenge of life that you have chosen, and you have won this lottery game of being alive and being able to experience all this. And finally, I want to still always offer you the wonderful gift of a free coaching session with me. If you really would like to go a little bit deeper into some kind of sabotage issue where you find, this is always standing in my way, then go find me on Insta or Facebook, and then you will be setting up a video call with me for a free session for you. Yes. So I let you go now and enjoy the rest of your days, weeks, months, years, life.